What is up, guys? I'm Cassie from Anchored by Books, and today I'm going to go into my Christmas book haul. I have quite a few things here. I'm not going to do too much of a synopsis on each book because it would just take me forever. So I'm just going to jump right into it. First book I've got this Christmas is What Light by J. Asher. This follows our main character Sierra, who has been living between California and Oregon pretty much her whole life. I'm from Oregon, holla, and I'm from California, holla. And my sister's name is Sierra, double holla. And she meets a boy, and that's all I know. I was planning on reading this all throughout December because there's 25 chapters and there's 25 days leading up to Christmas, so it's supposed to be kind of like an advent calendar kind of thing. I got the book too late and then I just didn't do it, so maybe next year. I also got The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Now, I read her first book, Everything Everything. I did not like it, but I did want to give this one a try. This follows our main character who is about to go into college, and I think she gets accepted for a scholarship, and then she finds out their family has to get deported, and it kind of goes from there. I've heard amazing things. I really want to start to read more diverse characters from diverse authors, and that's why I picked this one up. I also picked up The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. This follows our main character. I think her name is Nemesis, and in this world you are created to protect one person, and that one person is the heir to the galaxy for Nemesis, and that's all I know. And I've heard pretty okay things about it, but I want more of I think this is like a sci-fi kind of fantasy-esque kind of book. I've been kind of wanted to read more sci-fi-ish things, and I've heard pretty good things about it, so I want to pick this one up. I also picked up A Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is about a boy who finds a book, and he wants to find other books from the same author, and he can't. Somehow they're all being destroyed, and it's about his journey. And a book about books? Come on. I'm ready for that. I also picked up The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I only picked this up because Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to do the music for the TV show / movie adaptation, and I love Lin-Manuel, and I have to support anything that he does. So that's why I picked this up, and it's a high fantasy novel. I've heard super amazing things about it, but it is quite a chunky book, but I do want to get to it this year. I also picked up Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Infernal Devices series. Now I'm only 3 books into the Mortal Instruments, and I really like it, but I have heard that this trilogy, the Infernal Devices, is so much better, is what I've heard, so sorry. My best friend and I picked it up at the same time. She's currently reading it right now, and I'm going to want to get to it so we can talk about it, because I really enjoy the Infernal Devices. She hasn't read that. She's watching the TV show, and I've like I said, I've read the first 3 books, and I'm excited for more of this world. I also picked up The Child Thief by Brahm. This is a Peter Pan retelling, but more dark. I also got Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This is kind of a funny reason why I got this book. I was at my local bookstore and I saw what I didn't know was actually the 3rd book of the series, and I was reading the back and it sounded so good, and then I found out it was the 3rd book of the series, and I'm like, well crap, I might want to start with the first one. It's super thin. From what I know, it is about this place called Area X. It has been kind of like quarantined for some reason. I don't know why, but I like the word quarantine, and with quarantine comes bad things, and I like reading about bad things, so yes. I also picked up Crystal Storm by Morgan Rhodes. This is the 5th book in the Fallen Kingdom series. I am loving this series so much. I highly recommend YA fantasy that follows a kind of different variety of characters, and each chapter kind of follows a different character, and I love it so much. And this is the 5th book, and I can't believe there's only like 1 more book of the series. I also picked up Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I always want to say Morgenstein, but it's Morgenstern. I think this is about a circus that comes either once a year or like only at night or something like that, and I've heard this is like a super amazing book, so I wanted to pick it up. And I've never read anything about circuses, so that sounds so exciting. I also picked up Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat. Now, I've heard very, very controversial things about this book. I've heard there are some pretty horrible things that happen, but there are some gay main characters in this, and I really wanted to see kind of what all the hype was about. Why don't people like this book? I wanted to pick it up for myself and see what I thought about it. Then I picked up Zodiac by Romina Russell. This is a very interesting kind of, I think this is also a sci-fi-ish, fantasy-ish, I think it's a trilogy. Basically, it follows, according to what the back says, in a galaxy where your sign determines which planet you call home, and I think this is about the 3rd sign, the 13th sign somehow comes into play. If you don't know what I mean by sign, there's like, I'm a Cancer, for instance, because that's where my birthday falls. There are Sagittarius, Aquarius, all sorts of different ones like that. And it's kind of cool that that's kind of like thrown into a novel. I've never really read anything like that before. I'm not much of an astrology. Is it astrology? Is that what it is? I think it's astrology. I'm not really much into that, but I heard really, really good things about the third book that just recently came out, so I really wanted to pick up the first one. I also picked up Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. This is a memoir told in verse about a woman who is African American and growing up in the, I think it's the 60s, 50s, 60s-ish as an African American girl. I want to pick up more diverse books, and this falls into that category, and I'm super, super excited about it. I've heard super amazing things. I heard that it's a little slow at times. I've never really read anything in verse either, so that's kind of exciting. I also got The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. To tell you the truth, I picked this up because this is a fantasy novel set in Russia. That is all you need to know. And I also picked up Before the Fall by Noah Whaley. Holly. Why can I not? I can't read today. It follows a girl, I think it's a girl, maybe one other person, and their plane goes down in the ocean and she survives, maybe one other person survives, and that very much gave me the Castaway vibes. And I love Castaway. I mean, I don't think they're stuck on an island or anything in this, but I love Tom Hanks, and this made me think of Tom Hanks, so I picked it up. Now this is a it's probably the coolest book that I got for Christmas this year. Santa gave me this in my stocking. This is Detective Stories, The Great Stories, and it has so many different authors in it. Now the reason why Santa got it for me is because Edgar Allan Poe is in it. This book was published in 1909. So it's only a couple years old, and it has some Poe stories in it, so I'm going to add this to my Poe collection. And there's a picture of this guy in here. Every time I see it, I think he looks like Adam Driver with a mustache. I don't know who the heck this guy is. Can you see him? Can you see that guy? Do you guys know who Adam Driver is? He plays Kylo Ren. He just looks like Adam Driver to me with a mustache. I don't know why, but this is a great addition to add to my Poe collection. For Christmas, I also got The Singing Bones by Sean Tan. This is a super interesting book. This, I think, is sort of a retelling of Brothers Grimm. Now, I've never read any of the Brothers Grimm fairy tales. I think that's what they're called. Are they called fairy tales? This has little stories, but it's also told in, like, sculpture form, if that makes any sense. So along with each little story, there's like a little sculpture that goes along to it, like a piece of art that goes along with it. And I thought that was so cool. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I saw this in my local bookstore, and my best friend actually got it for me for Christmas, so thanks, Katie, appreciate it. And last but not least, on everybody's list this Christmas season was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is the second Harry Potter novel in the illustrated edition because they're releasing one every year. These are just so stunning. So stunning. So stunning. So I'm gonna collect all these, just as I'm sure a lot of you will too. That is it for this book haul. First book haul of the year. How exciting. I usually have a lot of these, but I don't know what to tell you. I just buy too many books. Oh well. Oh well. What are some of the books that you guys got this Christmas? Let me know down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!